What's up, guys? So it's been like a couple days since I made a video because, well, I was out of town for a couple of days because, you know, it's a holiday season. But I'm back and we're only like 19 subs away from 2,500, so it's rapid fire time. New videos, not every day, just gonna be a lot though. The year's almost up, so a lot of people are doing like top 10s when it comes to like the best of 2016 in whatever category, like matches, wrestlers, whatever. But instead of 10, I'm gonna give you like 8. So the top 8 moments in WWE 2016 right now. Number 8, Ambrose is money. This happened early this year at Money in the Bank. We've seen Dean Ambrose kind of get an opportunity for the title, but like never really thought he was really gonna win it. Then a Rumble this year, he came really close, but he didn't win it. And then a Roadblock, the first Roadblock, he faced Triple H, where again he didn't really lose, but he didn't win it. Based off rumors that Roman Reigns failed a drug test before Money in the Bank, so having Ambrose cash in that night, that way him and Rollins can have a feud for the title. They have two guys still feuding in WWE, even though that one of them isn't away. But you still have a feud that you can work with until the next pay-per-view. Basically how it went, Roman Reigns was champion since WrestleMania 32, defeating Triple H in the main event, then defending against AJ Styles twice, and then going to Money in the Bank to defend against Seth Rollins, where he lost in a match that honestly was great. That whole spear turned to pedigree, top notch. Seth Rollins wins the title and Dean Ambrose comes in and cashes in Money in the Bank, and then he won the title. After that, he had a pretty good title reign, defeating Rollins on Raw and SmackDown, and then SummerSlam against Dolph Ziggler, and then losing it to AJ Styles. And winning the Shield triple threat at Battleground. I mean, come on, that was great. I mean, I was there. Number 7, Chris Sabin. Number 7, Shane jumps from hell. I was there, so let's sum it up with this.
Goodbye!
Basically, Shane McMahon came back to the WWE after a long time, and he was booked in like this really weird storyline, which I guess because John Cena got hurt, they decided to put him in. Basically, Shane McMahon wanted to have control of Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon was not for that whatsoever, and apparently there was some like lock, there was some like secret box or case or something that Shane had over Vince. But Vince wanted to show Shane a lesson because, I guess because Shane left, so he booked him in a match against The Undertaker and just bent him over your knee and spanked him. Nah, you gotta throw him against the Phenom. Entire Hell in a Cell match, I don't remember it at all, honestly. I remember the entrance because Shane's kids were there. I remember standing up for like half Undertaker's entrance and then sat down for the last 20 minutes. Basically, Shane was able to beat The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell, that he would have control over Monday Night Raw, which, I mean, he doesn't right now, but he did for like 3 weeks. It didn't make sense. But it got to the point where Shane McMahon was so desperate of winning and beating The Undertaker that he climbed and scaled that Hell in a Cell and jumped off from the top. Michael Cole was reading off his script, and it was very obvious. But Shane McMahon, honestly, the dude's insane. Like, how old is that man? Like, late 40s, early 50s? I would hate to be his kid sitting front row with all this stuff, because like what happened with Survivor Series, and then you have this at WrestleMania. It's just like, God, I don't know if I'll see that tomorrow or not. But you can't say you don't respect the man, because to be able to do that kind of stuff, especially his age now, and he got some nice shoes, so good job, Shane. Number 6, Ryder revolutionized. Defending champion at the time was Kevin Owens, going against Sami Zayn, Sin Cara, Stardust, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, and Zack Ryder. Originally, that spot wasn't even made to be for Zack Ryder. It was supposed to be for Neville, but Neville got hurt during a match with Chris Jericho, so they threw him in. And that's good for him. The overall match was probably the best match on the card besides the women's triple threat. But at the end of the match, The Miz decided to sit on the ladder as he was slowly just unbuckling the Intercontinental title so we could all just boo. And then, like, honestly, something that literally no one thought was going to happen at all. There's a better chance of Sin Cara winning the title, honestly. Zack Ryder pushes The Miz off the ladder, then retrieves the title, and he is the Intercontinental Champion. Sure, it's only for one day, but who cares? That was awesome. I was at WrestleMania, so this.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Honestly, the story of Zack Ryder's career is kind of like get to a climax, then fall all the way down. Number 5, Seth Rollins returns. In November of 2015, Seth Rollins was WWE Champion, going into Survivor Series defending the title against Roman Reigns. Before that, I think WWE was on a European tour and they were in Dublin, Ireland. And at the time, Seth Rollins was facing Kane. It might have been for the title, I'm not sure. Seth Rollins was going for a sunset flip over Kane, leading into a powerbomb, but at that moment, he messed up his knee. Seth Rollins was out from that time up until Extreme Rules 2016, which at the time is, well, he probably is still right now, the most over guy on the roster. Actually, no. Jericho, then Rollins. He returned after Roman Reigns AJ Styles match at Extreme Rules to pedigree Roman Reigns, which would later lead into the Money in the Bank Classic between the two, where Seth Rollins won the title again. Based off his fan base, I mean, everyone likes Seth Rollins, right? Boys, girls, men, women, everyone loves Seth Rollins. And CrossFitters, you are not a gender, you are a some weird species. But it was captured perfectly on WWE 24, which basically is like their new version of doing documentaries. Where it goes from start to finish about Seth Rollins' injury leading up to the point where he had to miss WrestleMania, he missed the Rumble, he missed a lot of major events that he could have been at, especially knowing the time that was supposed to be Seth versus Triple H. And to see how hard the man worked from start A to start B is just incredible. I especially like this part where they show Seth Rollins holding like these two like WWE creatures, not creatures, but like these two WWE like teddy bear things, I forgot what they're called, big WWE stuff pillow craps. And Seth Rollins holding a Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, and then it goes to another picture where it shows Rollins with the WWE Championship, the United States Championship after SummerSlam 2016. 15. You should probably just go watch it. It's probably one of the best things that WWE put on their network that's not wrestling related. Number 4, Sasha and Charlotte main events. Something that hasn't been seen since 2004 with Trish and Lita. Sasha and Charlotte main event in Monday Night Raw, and then along with that main event, the first ever pay-per-view for women, Hell in a Cell. I mean, a lot of people don't really like the fact that they've been feuding for literally half the year, but you can't deny the fact that each one of their matches were all different and really good. The WrestleMania Triple Threat, that was great. The Raw main event, that was great. SummerSlam, great. The other Raw, where Sasha won it again, great. I think that was a main event also. Hell in a Cell, bad finish, good match. The other Raw when Sasha won the title, great. Iron Woman match, great. I mean, if you're talking about big moments, this is bigger than really a return or a debut. I mean, this is something that just hasn't been seen before. 2 women main eventing a WWE pay-per-view. 2 women in a Falls Count Anywhere match. 2 women in an Iron Man match that was on, main roster. It's stuff that you literally won't be able to see again because it's the first time it ever happened. And if it even happens again, it's not the first. Luckily, we saw the 2 on Raw get split away from each other, going to separate feuds. That way we don't have to see that again before people hate it. Because don't take something good and make it suck. Because if it sucks, even though it's good, sucks. Number 3, I really couldn't pick between the 2 because I felt like they both kind of mattered in their own perspectives. Shane McMahon returns and the New Day breaks Demolition's record. Towards the end of New Day's reign, I mean, a lot of people were just kind of tired of seeing them because they've been cheating to win and they're still good guys, which kind of didn't make sense. Then they were beating the club a lot. But from the start, I mean, these guys were champions the entire year, which is something impressive. We're talking about the tag team division. Usually the tag team division for a long time has sucked. At one point, it was just guys thrown together that weren't really doing stuff in the moment. Even if they are great wrestlers, it still makes for weird teams. But in this year, honestly, we've seen a lot of good teams form together. Heel Usos, American Alpha, Slater and Rhino, which is so weird that it works. The Club, New Day, Enzo and Cass, a lot of people. But this is a tag team record that hasn't been seen or broken in a long, long time. Like, they broke 2 records this year, actually. Along with just beating Demolitions, they also beat Paul London and Paul London's partner, Brian Kendrick. It was Brian Kendrick, right? This theme song kind of sounds like the beginning of like I'm a Goofy Goober.
I'm a man with a plan. You're a goofy goober.
I mean, for Pete's sakes, they brought out a freaking cereal. They have unicorn horns, and then you have like 20 t-shirts. Then along with that was Shane McMahon returning to the WWE, which we haven't seen since 2009, 2010. Basically how Shane McMahon explained it on the Tell All podcast with Mick Foley. Shane basically said that they weren't really agreeing on anything. They weren't really collaborating together, him and Vince, obviously. And Shane basically said that the WWE defines Vince McMahon, and he doesn't want to have their problems be a cause of personal problems coming into play with their business problems, so he decided just to leave so they can still have a good personal relationship rather than an okay business relationship and a horrible personal relationship. I think he like did a bunch of pay-per-view stuff in China or something, got stinking rich, so Shane went. But it also is a guy that we haven't seen in multiple years, so to see someone like that come back, especially where it really came out of literally nowhere. Number 2 is the return of Goldberg and Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar in Survivor Series 2016. Goldberg had not been seen in WWE for a long time. There's a lot of rumors on his return, but like no one thought it was really going to happen. It's kind of like saying CM Punk's coming back. Nope.
Wow. Never ever. Never ever ever.
Goldberg was pretty public about his feelings with WWE, how he would never work for Vince. Words. How he would never work for Vince McMahon again. The paycheck's right. Paycheck's right. And how he had problems with Triple H and stuff. But clearly, I mean, that didn't bother him too much because he came back in the video game. Then he came back on television. Now he's going to be in the Rumble. I guess it wasn't too much of an issue. I mean, money can't solve stuff, kids. Always remember that. Money can solve stuff. Along with that, he wanted his son to see him wrestle. So, Fantasy Warfare, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. Gonna happen again. Number 2. And it didn't even last 2 minutes. But honestly, I mean, that was just a great moment in general because who sees squash matches like that? I know, Braun and Nia. But still, who sees squash matches like that involving Brock Lesnar losing? Yeah. He was extremely passionate when he came out to the ring, and all that passion was just dripping off his bald head. He was sweating hard. Who would have thought the same year Apollo Crews is on the roster that Goldberg comes back? Just doesn't add up. Honorable mentions before number 1 has to be the UK tournament, because that is a pretty freaking belt. I mean, look at that belt. The debut of the Cruiserweight division along with the Cruiserweight Classic. I mean, the Cruiserweight division probably isn't doing as great as you wanted it to, but the Cruiserweight Classic was amazing, and that belt looks pretty cool too. The return of the Women's Championship and the exile of the term Diva, because Diva, if you called your girlfriend or your wife a diva, she slapped the crap out of you. Why would you call it to a professional wrestler? It just doesn't make sense. The debut of Shinsuke Nakamura. But number 1, AJ Styles. What'd you expect? A very long-awaited debut for AJ Styles. I mean, honestly, like, how many people really want to see him in WWE? All your hands should be up. For every person that wants to see AJ Styles come to WWE, click the like button. AJ Styles, a name synonymous with TNA. He's honestly the John Cena of TNA. Former TNA champion, ROH superstar, or are they called superstars? Talent. And IWGP heavyweight champion AJ Styles, who's the phenomenal one. Debuted in the Rumble. He had a WrestleMania match. Beat up John Cena. Then he won the WWE Championship. But that is the list, guys. Hope you guys really enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, share, and always subscribe. Hit the like button and smash it. Like, hit it 100 times. But I did hit it 101 times, because that will make sure that you continue liking it. Because you hit it 100 times, liked it and unliked it like 50 times. Just hit the like button, please. Make sure to subscribe or subscribe, whichever you feel like doing. They both end in the same result. Subscribe. Goodbye.